What's going on, buddy? Opperman Fitness, hashtag gains. Before I start this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, stay up to date with all my motherfucking videos. Follow me on Instagram at opperman Fitness, and follow my band Divide Dimension on Spotify. All that should be in the description box below. Guys, today is the Q&A that I asked on my Instagram. If you guys ain't following my Instagram, well, that's why you fucking missed out. Or if you didn't have your notifications on, you'd have seen that I posted on YouTube as well. I did YouTube and I did Instagram, so that way I would have a decent amount of questions rather than, you know, possibly not having questions from either of them. I figured if I post them on both, you guys can ask. And some people follow me on Instagram, some people don't follow me on YouTube, some people follow me on YouTube, don't follow me on Instagram. Some people probably don't follow me at all, and that's fucking fine too. But anyways, this is the Q&A. So I'm gonna pull it up here. And I did not look at these at all, so I'm gonna have to go off the top of my head. You know, that way I'm answering them organically rather than like pre-planned. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start with the top. I'm gonna do Instagram ones first because there was only 5 on Instagram. For whatever reason, there was only 5. So Mr. Clark Sr. Shout out to Mr. Clark Sr. Derek, badass dude. Me and him been friends since the beginning. He's been supporting my channel. Really appreciate it. He asks, what flavor protein do you wish they would create? Oh man, my nose is itching. That's actually a really interesting question because I don't know, man. Man, what flavor of protein do you wish they would create? Well, I actually wish they would create a cotton candy protein, but I know Bomar Nutrition actually created a cotton candy flavored protein. That's definitely something I would love to like eventually try. That's definitely a flavor that's interesting to me and I would like to see. Man, but some other ones, man, I don't know. Maybe chocolate chip cookie dough. Has that been done really? Not really. My nose is itchy today. Maybe like a chocolate chip cookie dough. Why isn't they made chocolate chip cookie dough protein? I mean, a couple companies have done it, but not really have done it like knocked it out of the park. I was really itchy today. I'm gonna have to go with those two for off the top of my head. BVSS Godness asks, do you own any shirts with sleeves? Laugh out loud. She's a chick from the gym actually, so she's probably just trolling, just joking around. Because she knows I probably wear a lot of shirts that don't have sleeves. But if you watch this video, I do have sleeves. Look at that. Got some sleeves on. I do wear a lot of tank tops, but I do a lot of wear like regular shirts like this. So she was just joking around most likely. Anyways, Muck L Bob, do you track your macros? Well, kind of. I intuitive eat because I know what I eat every day typically. And then I just kind of like gauge it from like my average. So like I know what I eat every day. And then I just kind of intuitively eat and I make smart choices. I've tracked it every day and nothing really ever changes since I eat the same frequent stuff. But yeah, I do track it somewhat, but I don't track it religiously like every day on MyFitnessPal. But I do have a MyFitnessPal, by the way. It's always in the description box. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. But I don't track it every day. I used to, but then it's like I'm tracking the same shit. I'm scanning the same shit. It's kind of pointless at that point. You know what I mean? Muck L Bob asks, favorite protein bar. Man, that's such a loaded question, especially when I'm answering it on the fly. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of like, because there's so many different categories, right? There's like macro friendly. There's like a macro friendly protein bar. There's like a bar that's just got loaded sugar, but it's called a protein bar still. So it's like, do you really consider that a protein bar, or is that like a, you know, a luxury bar, or is it really, it's not really a macro friendly bar. So it's like, there's different categories. And then there's like, you know, Whole Foods bars that are like loaded with real carbs and shit because they're real foods. They got oats and stuff. And it's like, do you do macro friendly? Do you do real foods bar? Do you do like more protein with like higher protein, more macro friendly bar? Do you do, it's such a loaded question. But, and then you go best tasting bar too. There's so many different categories. It's like, best tasting, 4 macros, for this, 4 Whole Foods, for this. It's like, you know, it's really hard to answer that question. But if you're going to ask favorite protein bar, I'm going to have to say, man, I really like the Outright bars. But, like, I mean, they do have a lot of sugar in them, but they're honey, whatever, right? Outright bars, I like MRE bars a lot. I haven't had MRE bars in a while. What else is there? Man. The new Think bars are actually pretty decent for what they are. 150 calories. You know, they're kind of macro friendly. They taste pretty good. You know, they're not insanely good, but they're pretty good. Man, I don't know. That's such a loaded question. I'd have to literally look at all my protein reviews and go, okay, that for sure, that for sure, that for sure. And not only that, it's like, okay, brands, but what about like certain flavors are better than other certain flavors? So it's such a really loaded question that I'm trying to answer, but it's kind of hard. I'd have to say overall, a go-to one for me is definitely Outright and definitely MRE. I can't see you going wrong with either of those two. There's a lot more though, really. There's really a lot more that I would suggest. I just can't think of it right now at the top of my head. Staylor 1977 says, S. Taylor S. 1977 says, do you like Willie Nelson? No, not really. I don't fuck with Willie Nelson, man. Maurice Cooper says, what got you interested in all social media platforms? I just thought, you know, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, you know, and just do all my social media and just go for it, you know, and just been doing it, you know. I can't really say, you know, what got me interested in it. Well, for as far as like the channel, like why I started doing a channel, I just wanted to start a channel and see what happened, you know, and then I actually fell in love with like actually just like doing what the fuck I'm doing, you know. So that's pretty much what got me started. I just wanted to start it and see what happened. And then I realized like my views, like when I first started, were awful. And I was just like, you know what? I still like doing this. I don't care, you know? I don't care. I still like doing this. I still like getting information out there. I still like doing what I'm doing. And I didn't give a fuck, so I just went with it, you know? Maurice Cooper, your favorite flavors of Reign? Man, I like the blue raz. The apple one is fucking phenomenal. And the melon one, definitely really good. I feel like those three are probably my top favorites. The lemon one's really good, but it's not my top. I think those three are my top. James Price says, best overall supplement company if you can only choose one. Devil emoji, arm emoji, and nerd emoji are all together. Man. I don't want to sound biased here because I don't want to sound biased. One company, only one. I really like MTS, but they really don't have a vegan side. Well, I guess Outright's gonna be having vegan stuff soon, but it's with Ambrosia. If you're talking about overall, I think MTS, honestly. And I'm trying to answer that unbiasedly. I know I'm like affiliated with Tiger Fitness and shit, but I really do like everything that MTS does. I mean, they do have some products that are just like, whatever. But overall, like quality, integrity, taste, price, I feel like MTS is pretty fucking solid, honestly. James Price, favorite 3 exercises. Actually, right now, probably the 3 exercises that I've been doing most. Obviously bench, and I've been doing standing press, pause standing press, standing press. So that's probably another one. And then I've been doing front squats, believe it or not. Front squats, I've been really trying to focus on front squats because I'm trying to build my quads. And I feel like front squats is probably like the best, one of the best ways to do it. So probably front squats or back squats. Those are my 3 favorites. James Price asked that again. UMZ Vids, how much do you eat in a day, like calories and protein? I'm around the 2,200 to 25 or 2,400 range. Between like 200 protein, 220-ish protein, like 140 to 160 carbs, and around like 90 to 110 fat, roughly. That's usually like my macros and calories. Typically, I mean, give or take, nothing is set in stone, nothing is 100%, but that's that's pretty much like the range I kind of stay around. And then I obviously do cardio, and I also work out 5 days a week. So I ain't gonna lie, my cut has kind of like stalled. So I probably need to up the cardio a little bit, or drop some carbs. But I'm taking my time with it, and I really don't give a fuck. So I mean, I'm not really doing a show or anything, so it's like whatever, you know. But I'm still fucking really lean. So I mean, I'm taking my time. You know what I mean? I'm in a good spot, so it doesn't really matter. The Apple Android guy. Top 3 protein bars. What kind of workout do you do outside of YouTube? What bands inspired Divide Dimension? Wow, 3 fucking questions. Top 3 protein bars. Man, it's hard to answer that on the fly. I really liked SynFit bars for a while, but then I got burned out on them. I really like MRE bars still. I obviously like Outright bars. Man, that's a loaded question. That's hard to answer on the fly. I mean, pretty much anything I've gave a 9 or over a 9, definitely one of my tops, you know. What kind of work do you do outside of YouTube? So right now I'm a supervisor for a logistics company that works with Ford. So that's my profession right now. And what bands inspired Divide Dimension? Honestly, there is so many fucking bands that inspired Divide Dimension. Like, me and Jake listen to so much music, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not one of those guys that just listens to like 10 bands, 20 bands, 30 bands. I'm a guy that listens to literally probably thousands of fucking bands. Like, my library is insanely full, and I know all these bands, I know all these songs, I know all this shit. So it's really hard to answer that, but like, you know, obviously the old school bands is what created, you know, like a more evolved sound of what I used to listen to. So like, stuff that got me into like metalcore was like Atreyu, Trivium, fucking Avenged Sevenfold, old school like metalcore bands. What are some other old school metal bands? And then obviously the rock side of it, you know, you got the Breaking Benjamins, you got the 3 Days Grace, Shinedown, you know, Disturbed, Godsmack, shit like that. You know, that was in the like 2000s era. And then like modern bands now, you know, I can't even name any bands, but I listen to so many like modern bands. So like you take all that shit together, and that's what kind of like influenced me to just write like newer shit kind of sounding, like the electronic stuff. You know, me and Jake listen to like a lot of the same stuff, so it's like we're influenced by the same shit. You know, we just like that metalcore, that alternative side. We like that rock side. We like that hard rock side. We like that metal side. We like that like, we like everything. So it's really like you take everything that we listen to, and that's why you get so many different spots where you're like, that kind of sounds more hard rock. That kind of sounds like this. That kind of sounds like that. And you're like, well, it's different though, you know? So I think what we're creating is definitely different because it's not like one specific genre. It's very diverse within one song sometimes, you know. It'll have a hard rock spot, it'll have a metal spot, it'll have like just a regular rock spot, it'll have electronic fucking metalcore, deep deathcore fucking spot. And I think it's interesting that we create stuff that's different and new, because a lot of people write the same shit. So I really do think we're doing something different. And for anyone that doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, Divide Dimension is a band that me and Jake created, and we have music and on Spotify and on YouTube, MP3 or Amazon MP3, iTunes, all that shit. So if you guys are interested, check us out. Just give us a fair shot. Just give us a fucking fair shot. Check out our songs. I hope this fucking wind doesn't fuck this video up. It's a little windy. All right, moving on. Favorite protein bar brand and flavor of all time by Punk Rock in the Wrong Hands. Man, everyone wants to know my favorite protein bar. Maybe I should just answer this like after I think about it, because I already answered it kind of. Chris Schlitt, was and still are you a Rich Piano fan? I wasn't like an insane fan. I never actually even subscribed, but I did watch his stuff from time to time. Definitely was not a fan, but I definitely was not like a hardcore fan. But I was definitely like involved with watching his stuff every now and then. But I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I wouldn't have considered myself a fan. But I did like him, you know. I don't know. Varun Kumar, best isolate protein for lean muscle. Best isolate. Best isolate. One of those things I'm going to have to look over and really think about. There's a lot of really good isolates out there that are really good. If you guys search isolate protein, Opperman Fitness, that'll probably come up with all the like isolates that I've done. Anything that I gave over a 9 is literally the best, like isolate. I have to really think about it. There's just so fucking many things I've reviewed, and I'm trying to think like what was really, really fucking good. Because then you got vegan isolates that are like lean vegan style, and then you have whey isolates, obviously, and shit like that. So I'd have to really think about that. Caspi asks, favorite bang flavors. So I really like Rainbow Unicorn. I really like cotton candy still. I mean, cotton candy is kind of like an OG flavor. I love it. It's just an old school flavor. Love birthday cake. Absolutely fucking love birthday cake. Froze Rosé. Love that flavor. And I think that's pretty much the top ones. Cherry Black Vanilla is always an old school flavor. It reminds me of like a black cherry soda that I used to love back when I was a kid. And they actually got rid of champagne. I actually used to really like champagne. I don't think it's like one of my top flavors, but it's definitely a flavor that I'm probably going to miss. So yeah. And that's pretty much it. So I'm probably going to have to come up with a strategy for top protein bars. So just stay tuned. I have a lot of fucking reviews coming up. So top 3 protein bars, probably going to come up with a video so I can, voice it more strategically rather than answering it off the top of my head and miss some that I'm thinking of or miss some that I'm not thinking of. Because that way I can give you like a real opinionated for the top protein bars. Maybe I could do a top isolate review. The problem is I have so much other videos I need to keep releasing that I never get time where I'm like, okay, I'm fully like caught up. I don't have anything to review right now. Like I'm fucking good. Now I can think about other shit. So it's really hard to like focus on other shit when I'm still trying to just put out stuff that I have to review still because it's sitting around and it's not getting reviewed. So eventually, guys, I will come up with the tops video. I will come up with the tops protein bar video. I'm going to come up with the tops isolate video. I will eventually come out with them. I don't know when, but that's pretty much it. That was all the questions. So if you guys want to answer a question next time, make sure you guys have the notifications on because notifications is on for YouTube. I did a post and I said Q&A, and I think only people that have notifications on can see that fucking shit. So make sure you guys have notifications on, and make sure you guys are following me on Instagram because I did a live Instagram thing, and not a live Instagram, but I did an Instagram post and I said ask me any questions that'll be answered on YouTube. So make sure you guys are following me on YouTube. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. And make sure you guys got the notification on for YouTube. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for the support as always. Let me know what you want to see next. If you don't like the fucking bad, subscribe, share, like, and comment below. Scroll, but don't troll. I know him because I'm fucking so old. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. Opperman Fitness, Facebook, Opperman Fitness, Snapchat, Opperman Fitness, Instagram, Opperman Fitness. Over like my band page, Divide Dimension on Facebook. Follow my band, Divide Dimension on Spotify. Shop all of your supplement needs at TargetFitness.com using my affiliate link, which will be in the description box below. All that shit will be in the description box below. And if you guys want to see the channel grow, give the video a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, and doesn't cost you a fucking penny. So really would appreciate if you hit the thumbs up button. And other than that, guys, I gotta get a thumbnail. And I'll check you guys later. Yeah.